creepypastas.
Creepypasta!
More specifically, gaming creepypastas. You've probably heard of a few gaming creepypastas, such as Ben Drowned, Lavender Town Syndrome, and Sonic.exe, all of which became icons of the internet in the late 2010s. But today's video isn't about those creepypastas. Instead, you might have guessed by the title, but today I will be talking about some bad gaming creepypastas. Bad creepypastas that have just been completely forgotten. So, in order to do that, I have to face my worst fear. Reading! And I won't even be reading anything good. But, grab a seat, your drink of choice, and let's start creepying these pastas. Kirby's Deadland. This creepypasta starts off with our protagonist booting up Kirby's Return to Dreamland while home alone. But the protagonist notices something when seeing the intro. All the characters were normal, but Kirby was missing. The protagonist ignores it and keeps playing. Everything seems normal until the protagonist enters Cookie Country, where they say, as I entered the first level, the enemies looked sad, and I swear that they had tears in their eyes as they died. It only got worse from there. The enemies started looking sadder and had fresh scars that bled realistic blood. The protagonist then equips the fire ability before this happens. As I climbed down the ladder, I screamed at what I saw. Wispy Woods had glowing red eyes, with blood pouring out of the eyes and mouth. Pieces of bark were torn off, and the leaves were stained with blood. Dude, my room is starting to flood with how much realistic blood is in this one story alone. A text box then appeared, red oozing letters that read, Our player then starts attacking Wispy Woods, where he started catching on fire. Because he's a tree, you know. He shook the leaves, and those spiked enemies fell out and splattered with blood. They looked determined to kill Kirby. As the protagonist defeats Wispy, he falls over with his roots tearing out from the ground and spewing more blood. The protagonist repeats this cycle for the rest of the areas, describing the especially bad experience with Landia, where its eyes were black sockets with tears streaming from them. Blood stained its whole body. This amount of blood seems a little excessive. Let him do what? As I entered the second phase of the battle, I heard a roar from the speakers.
Rawr.
This then keeps repeating with more blood. Magalore soul appeared. Hi guys, editing Sam here. So when I was editing this video, I realized that this section I'm about to talk about, it just does not happen in the original story, and I read it off of the wrong thing. So yeah, I'm not gonna include this part. Whoopsie-daisy. After our protagonist beats Malgalore, they are about to shut off their Wii when something pops up. Kirby, with an eerie grin, with blood staining his fang-like teeth. He had multiple characters stitched to him. The story ends with red oozing letters saying,
"You're next."
Wrong, you're. And our protagonist screaming as they hear a distorted laugh. You can probably see why this creepypasta isn't talked about as much as Slender Man or Jeff the Killer.
I dare you to try a bite of spaghetti. Smells like the creepypasta's ready.
Alright, my unaltered user video is popping off right now. Think, Sam, what else Undertale related can you do to keep the viewers engaged?
I don't want to play with you anymore.
The story of I don't know. Starts off with our protagonist talking about the fact that they were a big Undertale fan despite never playing the game. Our protagonist had written fan fiction, drawn art of the game, and talked about it a lot. So, when their birthday rolls around, their parents decide to get them Undertale. When our protagonist starts the game, they notice Flowey is missing. Our protagonist's computer is apparently so trash that a main character disappearing is normal to them. But when our protagonist goes into the ruins, they see a shadowy Sans who says,
You know me.
His usual voice track was getting more and more distorted as he kept talking. The sprite shown near the text box was Sans' usual head sprite, but without its eyes. So basically just one of his sprites. The shadowy Sans then says,
Kate, Ryan.
Nah, the Undertale glitch just doxed Kate! Hey, wait a minute. Okay, how the heck did he know that? How did he know my name? I'm S4 and 5. S4 and 5. Possibly the best name I have ever read.
Subscribe.
Sans to the power of 45 then asks if Kate was going to do a genocide route, where she replies, no. But then Sans for Night 5 tells her that she's lying. So he can read minds or something? The game then goes back to the title screen where it reads Flowey Tale with this dialogue popping up. You feel horrible about yourself. You look at your hands. They're covered in dust. You remember what S4 and 5 told you. Dirty brother killer. Kate then vows to never touch that game again.
Smells like the creepypasta's ready. 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 Smells like the creepypasta's ready.
After these two amazing stories that I have read, I'm feeling a bit tired, so I'm gonna go take a nap. But wait! Who will fill in for me while I sleep? Oh, wait a minute. My good pal, Trey Blowski, from the YouTube channel, Trey Blowski, can take over for me while I sleep. Now, you guys go scurry along. You scurry along, get out of here. Go, shoot.
Just wanted to get out of my house.
Oh, yawn. That was a good nap. Wonder what I'm gonna cover next. Oh no!
We got a number 1 victory right now. Yeah, Fortnite, we about to get down. 10 kills on the board right now. Just wiped out Tomato Town.
Would you believe me if I told you that we peaked with Kirby's Deadland? I'm Back is a Fortnite creepypasta. Ooh. It starts off with our player saying, feels like it's yesterday. We are playing Season 3. But I mean first Season 3. Not that flooded garbage. First Season 3 T-Space. Now this Season 3, now we have water. Nice job. Whoa, 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 whoa. Do not be hating on the masterpiece that is Chapter 2 Season 3 Flooded, okay? In 2018, our player had a friend named Benjamin, who they always played Fortnite with. Our player was wondering what happened to Benjamin since they hadn't played in a while. This Season 3 was boring and I missed Benjamin, which he died after Season 3. My parents decide to took me to Benjamin's place where he lived, and I intended for his funeral. After the funeral, our player hopped on Fortnite, like you usually do after a funeral. When they were picking out a glider, they saw that one of the gliders was called Remember the Time Wild Time. And when our player goes into solos, instead of being in the current season, they travel back to Chapter 1 Season 3. And they see Benjamin's gamer tag alongside them. The player asks, "Is that really you, Benjamin?" Benjamin replies with, "Let's not talk about it right now." Which personally, if I was talking to one of my friends who recently died, I would be a little more persistent on how they are alive. Especially if you saw his body at his own funeral. We landed, which it's been years, and we enter Tomato Town. Benjamin apparently cannot talk until they kill the final team and win. I'm sorry. He can no talk until we kill the final team and we win. After they get that victory royale. Player asks, "What happened now?" Benjamin replies, "It isn't your time yet. There's still plenty more time for you, and now it's time to you to go back." Then our player wakes up with their family all around them. Wait a minute. Is this a coma ending? Okay, so apparently our player jumped out of a building and somehow ended up in Fortnite land. But it can't be right. I know he was right there. They are the crazy ones, not me. What a beautiful ending.
I am Tommy.exe. I was brought to life on an evil CD.
Now, I have barely scratched the surface of bad gaming creepypastas. You might be saying, "Sam, you should have read the Cuphead creepypasta. Sam, you should have read the Roblox creepypasta. Sam, you should have read the Fall Guys creepypasta."
I can't do it, Squidward. What? Every sentence, every paragraph, spoons, bread, salad, pepper. Don't you understand? My brain is full of if I have to memorize a single word, I think I'm gonna explode.
Now, all of these creepypastas were probably made by people that were pretty young. So, I kind of expected this. Overall, this was all for the funnies, ha ha ha, funny, Well, anyways, thank you all for participating in today's video. I hope you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'd really appreciate it. Shout out to Monkey Chops for making me this beautiful profile picture. It's so peak. Look at this. Look at it. It's got jumbo jaws. How can it not be amazing? I got big plans for this little profile picture thing. You'll see. I've been Sam. I'll see you guys next time with my creepypasta sightings video. And I hope you all have a good night. Peace.